Previously on Chain Link Theater.
Oh, she calls you callow in here. You say that like it's bad. Well, it means frightened and weak-willed. That was the only part of the letter I thought was complimentary. If you stare at these things long enough, you're supposed to see some kind of hidden three-dimensional picture. Oh, yeah, look, it's a sailboat. You saw it too, damn it! There is no Easter Bunny!
Thank you for choosing Chain Link Theater. Please turn up your cell phones, grab your own snack, and hold on to your butts! Your feature presentation begins now!
Welcome back to Chain Link Theater, the show where every movie leads us to the next, one actor at a time. I'm Autumn.
And I'm Kyle.
And today we're linking from Mallrats into Dogma, thanks to a skinny version of that fat guy from Mallrats, Ethan Suplee.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love Raising Hope.
Oh.
He's hardly in it, but that's what that quote's from.
Yeah, he is in it, though. And that's who she's talking to.
Yep.
And he does.
I love that show.
Yeah, it's, you do.
I do love that show. It's great.
That's your opinion.
That's my opinion.
He lost, what? It said like 310 pounds.
Impressive.
If you watched Mallrats
He's, like,
with
ripped.
us, that's about the height of his weight. He weighed 530 pounds.
Yeah.
And he said on a podcast, some other podcast, that his lowest weight was 220.
Wow.
Which is, he attributes it mostly to cycling.
I want to ride my bicycle. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Born May 25th, 1976. So going to celebrate his 50th here in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Is it Suplee?
No,
Well, isn't that what that says?
it does say that.
I'm not going to say that. I
Maybe
say
it's
Suplee.
Suplee.
I'm saying Suplee.
We
Suplee.
apologize.
I don't. That Suplee's dumb.
He was born in Manhattan. Mallrats was considered his breakout role. He married the younger sister of Juliette Lewis in 2006.
That is interesting. And they have 4 kids.
They have 4 kids. They've been together 20 years.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. That's awesome. He's in Chasing Amy. He's barely in Dogma. Mm-hmm. He's a voice of a certain...
Poo-poo monster.
I was going to try to be more vague than that.
Oh, a dookie monster.
Okay. That's not more vague.
Okay. Whoops.
I like him.
I like him too. I like him. He's great.
Okay, good. He's also on Boy Meets World. If you've seen him, you know him. If you haven't, you probably don't. He started a podcast in 2020 called American Glutton, all about his fitness journey.
Never heard of it.
Last week, we could not remember what Silent Bob's line was, and I had looked it up because we didn't say it on air. He says, "Adventure, excitement, a Jedi craves not these things."
Uh-huh.
That's all.
When? Was that?
In Mallrats.
Oh, did we talk about that?
Silent Bob has a line in every movie. We didn't talk about his line because
Yes,
we couldn't
you're
remember.
right. Okay. All right.
So I looked it up for all you lovely people out there. That's what he says.
Yeah. That's after the VCR incident.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I forgot about that. I know I'm not a huge Mallrats fan. I'll say it again.
Still?
Still.
Do you like Dogma better? Dogma's a better movie.
Dogma has Jeff Anderson in it, so yeah.
Oh my God. He's in it for 5 seconds and he doesn't say anything.
He says enough.
He doesn't.
He gives me a little taste of that voice.
I would argue he does not say
There's
enough.
just something about his voice. I love it. I love his voice. I love his face. I just love him.
If you guys subscribe to our Patreon, you're used to Autumn talking shit about Tony Stark.
Whoever I want to talk
feel
about.
like I'm going to do that all episode on Linda Fiorentino.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
The actress playing Bethany Sloan in this movie.
I think Kevin Smith, I don't know. I don't know. It's like this. Who was in the last one? Claire
Forlani.
Yeah. She's very stoic. This Bethany's very stoic in this entire movie.
Stoic is an interesting choice of words.
They're just very like, I don't know.
Boring.
They are what they are.
Claire Forlani has never seen a camera before, and I don't think Fiorentino has either.
No.
It's awful.
I wonder where the budget ran out. I don't think it was awful. I think
Her acting?
I think it got better as we went,
I don't.
but all right. Well,
I found myself getting more and more annoyed by every
really?
word she said.
Yeah.
Just because of the delivery of it, especially when she's acting across from people who are
Actors.
fantastic actors in
Yeah.
Ben Affleck and Alan Rickman,
Yeah. And Chris Rock even.
and Chris Rock even.
Selma Hayek.
People who
Yeah.
deliver their lines with confidence,
Yeah.
like they've spoken before. But I do enjoy the movie.
She did ask a lot of questions, like a lot more questions than I think we needed asked when she already should have known what the situation was.
Yeah.
She just kept asking more questions, and it's like, you still don't get what's happening here? Okay.
Kevin Smith agrees with me, or at least he used to.
Okay.
He is on record as saying that he wishes he had cast Janeane Garofalo in the lead role of this.
Yeah, why didn't you? You had her.
Yeah, he thought Fiorentino was the better fit to play Bethany, but then Fiorentino was apparently really hard to work with and would spend multiple days at a time not speaking to him.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah. She did reach out after he had his heart attack and they made up, but
Why wouldn't you just hire Janeane Garofalo, though?
I don't know what she was in 1999. What's the
Cats and
pedigree?
Dogs?
What
When
the
did-
hell's Cats and Dogs?
That one movie. The Truth About Cats and Dogs? Is it just called Cats and Dogs? I don't know. Maybe
You
I'm...
made this up.
And then she's in Romy and Michelle High School Reunion.
Okay.
And she's in Mystery Men.
Are all these before 99?
I feel like they're around 99.
Okay. Well,
So-
still more successful than
Oh, yeah.
Miss Linda here, but I'm
And
just trying to get all
Janeane
that.
Garofalo probably would have done a great job playing off of Jay and Silent Bob.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she would have. Yeah,
She would have murdered Jay.
yeah. This would be one of my favorite movies of all time if it was Janeane Garofalo. I love this movie.
Mm-hmm.
I do think it's funny, but I think she makes it hard to watch, especially nowadays.
I do think the last 45 minutes were unnecessary.
Well, that too. It really gets bogged down in itself.
It just keeps going, and I'm like, no, I get it. You can stop.
Yeah.
Let's get to the final set piece. And then the final set piece lasts like freaking 30 minutes.
Yeah.
It didn't need to.
Well, Kevin Smith has a lot of Catholic trauma
I get that.
he needed to work through, I guess.
Yeah.
Must have been very
apparently.
therapeutic to make this.
I'm sure it was. So,
This
You
was
ready to do this?
released in 1999, October 4th. And leading up to its release, the Catholic Church had many a problem,
yeah.
despite having not seen it.
Oh,
Yeah, a lot of somebody in particular, I can't remember their name, one of the cardinals, had a crusade against this movie getting released. And then by the time it was just about to come out, like 2 months out, he wrote their office and asked for a screener so that he could speak intelligently about it, quote unquote. And Kevin Smith famously did not send him a screener and sent back, "What have you been doing for the past 6 months?"
oh, see, yeah. That's interesting to be like, actually, I want to make an intelligent argument. Right now, I'm just arguing out my ass.
Yeah.
So I'd like to be able to formulate an actual argument against your movie. I'm surprised. Like, I don't think it's really insulting. Like, I don't know. I'm not Catholic, so
Yeah.
I don't think it was super insulting towards religion necessarily. But I've also deconstructed a lot of my own religion. So,
Yeah, it is a lot of deconstructing religious trauma. It doesn't really attack the Catholic Church that much.
I don't think
More
it really attacks organized religion at all that much.
kind of Christianity, sort of, but it also posits that there is a God. Mm-hmm. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
So I didn't find it offensive, and I've seen this movie even before I deconstructed, and I didn't find it offensive then either.
Yeah,
So
it's just funny comedy, funny, goofy shenanigans in that
realm.
genre. Yeah.
Yeah.
There were many protests upon the release of this movie, and Kevin Smith famously went to.
Oh yeah,
One
he's
of
on
them.
air, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can look up the YouTube clips of somebody just finding him and interviewing him because they thought he looked like Kevin Smith, and he was like, "Oh no, I get that a lot. My name's Brian Johnson." And he's like, "This is an abysmal film. This is an affront to Catholicism."
Yeah, I have seen that clip.
Which, good on him. A movie written and directed by him, obviously. It had a composer this time, Howard Shore, which I did not think the music was good here, but that guy went on to do the music for the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Yeah, I've heard that
Which
name
is-
before. Is that why?
That's why.
Okay.
which that music's amazing. I don't even like those movies.
Yeah. Bum, 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 bum,
Yeah.
bum, 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 bum. I think that's
Jurassic Park, but
I don't know how Lord of the Rings music goes.
it's like, I think, ba-da-dum, bum, 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 and then
Okay.
more pretentious shit.
Oh, okay.
I think that might be Gladiator.
That sounds familiar. No, isn't Gladiator just like Gladiator?
I don't think
they
that's
do
the
that
music
over and over
for
again.
Gladiator. No,
Pretty sure.
Maybe you need to watch Gladiator
I
again.
don't want to.
I'm gonna find a way to force it.
Let's watch I, Claudius instead.
Oh my God, no.
It's just a really long series.
Yeah, just
Why
a
not?
drawn out
I've never finished it.
Greek politics.
Hell yeah, Roman. But
Roman,
yeah,
thank
let's
you.
do it, bro.
I knew I was gonna be wrong as soon as I said that.
Let's do it.
Let's not, please.
Caligula's in it.
What? I don't care.
Oh. All right. We own it, don't we? Yeah. Anyway.
Claudius, you do.
Yeah, heck yeah, I do.
I'm not claiming ownership of that.
You should. Anyway. What
I
were we
like
talking
Dogma.
about?
We went to Red Bank, New Jersey, where this church supposedly is. I'm pretty sure the church they actually filmed at is in Canada. We did not see it.
Right.
We bought a signed poster
You did.
and managed to get that home on an airplane without it getting wrinkled.
Was I there for that?
And it's hanging up in the... Actually, I don't think you were. I think that was Kevin and myself.
Okay. I think so. I don't think I was home for that.
Yeah, that sounds right. But
Or I think I was home for that. Yeah, go on.
right.
Go on.
You weren't there.
I wasn't there. Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, you ready to just get into this plot?
Do you have any history with the movie?
You've made me watch it.
That's it.
Like, I think this is probably my third viewing of this movie.
It's probably only my fourth or fifth.
Yeah.
It's so long.
It is long and it's very talky.
It
and
is,
so I do
yeah.
my best about the notes, but it is what it is.
Yeah. It's funny that you struggle to do talking movies and action movies.
Maybe I'm just not good at this.
No, you're very good at this. You just don't struggle when they're a healthy mix of the two.
Yeah, I need a second to finish typing what you've said. I can't have a diatribe at one right after the other.
Yeah.
Because then my brain can't summarize all of this because you're still going.
We got to hit the opposite end of the spectrum one time and see how well you cover like John Wick.
Punchy, punchy, shooty, shooty. This was a really cool murder.
Whatsoever.
Cool beans.
This movie is 2 hours and 10 minutes long. We started feeling that about an hour and 20 minutes.
Dude, because I was like, oh, pause it. I need to go pee. And then you paused it. And I was like, how much is left? And you were like, 45 minutes. And I was like, what the fuck? I thought we were almost done.
Nope. It's a long one.
It was winding down. It felt like we were in like we were right at the peak of the climax, and it 45 fucking more minutes.
Yeah, she has her little crisis of faith and decides she's not doing it at an hour and like 25.
And this is an over 2 hour movie.
Yeah.
It was exhausting.
Yeah.
I got tired. So no offense, Kevin Smith.
Cost
I got
$10
tired.
million to make, pulled in 33 mil.
Nice. Well, I mean, making it controversial is a great way to get people to go see the movie.
Apparently. Yeah. I don't know how much Chasing Amy did, but I think this is going to be our last Kevin Smith movie we were able to cover.
I need a break. This is so much typing.
I'm sorry if you guys also need a break. It's my fault.
Well, it's our fault. Yeah. Anyway, are you ready to get into this?
I don't know if I have anything else super interesting, so yeah, just hop in.
All right, let's do it. So we start
Should I go with the back of the box, though?
Oh, shit. Back of the box. Do the back of the box. Whoops.
Why does it feel like it's been a month since we recorded?
I don't know. I feel tired.
We just
Go on.
did last week with Mallrats. It said, oh, this is a long one. Good Lord. One of the most talked about movies of the year is also one of the funniest in this hilarious comic fantasy from writer-director Kevin Smith. Two banished angels find a loophole that would get them back into heaven. The only snag, they'll be destroying existence in the process. In an effort to stop them, the overworked voice of God taps cynical mortal Bethany to save the world by preventing the angels from reaching their unholy destination, New Jersey. Throw in two unlikely prophets named, I thought you were going to say something, named Jay and Silent Bob, the quick-witted yet little-known 13th apostle, and a sexy former muse with a case of writer's block. And you've got an hysterical and thrilling race against time packed with an all-star cast that Entertainment Weekly called one of the 10 best movies of 1999.
How many movies were released in 1999?
11.
Yeah. Yeah. That checks
The Matrix,
out.
though, is one of them. I know. I remember. That's the only one I can think of. It's all
I hardly remember The Matrix.
Oh, there's another Keanu movie we need to try and figure out.
Punchy, backwards bend.
Oh, we already used Keanu. How could we get into
Trinity.
John Wick 1?
Trinity.
John Wick.
John Wick. What's that one
Matrix
guy's
is easy.
the pirate guy?
You just keep saying the pirate.
The pirate guy. What's his name? Sean, something like that.
Ian McShane.
Ian McShane.
Okay. How do you get out?
Morpheus.
Morpheus is not in John Wick.
Who? Oh, Theon.
Lance Reddick is.
Theon's
not in other movies. He's in Game
got to
of
be in
Thrones.
another movie.
And his name's Alfie.
Alfie, not Woodard.
Not Woodard. Alfie Allen, maybe.
I think that is it. But you could use him. You can use
Lance
Ian
Reddick.
McShane.
Ian McShane.
Who's who's the guy who's like that piece of shit or whatever?
That fucking nobody.
Is John Wick.
It's John Wick.
Who's that?
I have
That's
no
someone
idea.
famous. That's someone famous.
Vaguely.
No, not vaguely. That guy is famous.
I'm
right?
sure we could easily use him. You're right.
Yeah. Because I might be just making up what else that man's in, but I feel like I've seen him a lot.
I don't, but I'm sure you're right.
Yeah. We could do John Wick.
Okay.
My notes will not be good.
Next week, John Wick. See you guys.
Who are we? I don't think we can make that leap. That's quite a leap. All right. Well, we could get if we hadn't already used Keanu, we could get into Keanu easily by doing Bill and Ted and then do John Wick. But we've already
George
done.
Carlin.
We've
Yeah,
already done
used
Keanu. Anyway, we're not starting
24 episodes in. It's
season
getting-
2.
Yeah.
No.
It's getting a little difficult.
No.
All right.
Okay. So we start in Asbury Park, New Jersey, and there's like a closed boardwalk, and there's just some guy just standing there, kind of enjoying the view, like an older man. And right behind him it just says like skee ball, but everything is like boarded up. It's clearly off season. And then these rollerblading douchebag children show up, and they beat the crap out of that guy.
They do.
That's in that scene.
Yeah. You would think it's for no reason, but it is.
Just remember that for later.
I've been to this boardwalk too. It was also cold when we went to that and everything.
We've
was
been to
boarded
this
up.
boardwalk?
Yeah.
Oh, have we?
We have family in New Jersey.
We've been to this particular boardwalk.
Yes.
Do you remember one time, and I know your dad sometimes listens, but do you remember the time your dad pulled into a parking lot and then asked the attendant what it was? And she was like, this is a parking lot.
That was at Ann Boardwalk. I don't know. New Jersey has a lot of boardwalks.
They do.
But yeah, he was like, what is this? And the girl was like, a parking
It's a
lot?
parking
And he was like, to what? And she's
To
like, the boardwalk.
The boardwalk. You pulled in. The ocean's right there. I feel like it's not Walmart.
We had
It was
chocolate covered
hilarious.
bacon on that boardwalk.
Was that? See, I get them all confused.
Delicious.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Anyway.
So then we're in Red Bank, and George Carlin is talking about how the media views Catholic Church. George Carlin is a cardinal in this movie, and so
Noted atheist, by the way.
Yeah.
George Carlin.
which I think is why he was like, "Fuck yeah, I'll do that."
Yeah.
And he's talking about like how people find the Bible hokey. And they've decided to retire the crucifix because Jesus isn't trying to give you the willies.
Yeah.
And so then they designed the new image of, I'm sure if you're a Kevin Smith fan, you've seen this. It's Buddy Christ.
Buddy Christ.
Which is just Jesus doing like finger guns and
Yeah.
winking at you.
Which, if you're super into these movies, you can make the pilgrimage to Red Bank itself. And this exact statue is in Secret Stash.
Yeah.
Their comic book store.
Yeah. So, and the campaign is called Catholicism Wow. It's a whole campaign to just redesign Catholicism to get
Rebrand.
younger people in here, I guess.
Yeah.
And then we get like a Hicks sighting, and this is Grant Hicks. The Hicks genes are strong.
They are.
All the Hicks guys look exactly like fucking Dante.
They must be triplets.
They sound like Dante. They look like Dante.
I don't even think they're cousins.
I don't think they are.
They're
I think they're
straight
brothers.
from the same tree.
Yeah. Oh, but anyway, so then we get, this is where all of the talking really, I was trying my best. So
It's heavy.
Matt Damon is talking to a nun, and he's basically debating like Eastern religion versus Western religion, and says like, anyway, blah, 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 blah. I don't really know what he said. It was a good argument, I guess. Because the nun converts away from being Catholic now and is like, oh, okay, never mind then.
You know what's interesting about that is Lewis Carroll is a devout Catholic. So he was not writing anything. The man who wrote Through the Looking Glass.
Oh, yeah.
He was not writing anything to try to convince people to leave their religion.
Oh, yeah, that would be true. So Did he talk about Through the Looking Glass?
That's how he was convincing her. He was using the entire Through the Looking Glass story.
Dude, I got so confused. There was so much typing.
It's because it didn't make any sense.
It didn't make any sense. But he's basically like, so you should probably... He said something about like, you live in fear of basically a figure that lived 1,000 years ago coming back and spanking you. And she's just like, fuck all this shit then.
Yeah.
And he's like, just take all of the donations and leave. And she's just like, okay. And then Ben Affleck is like, what? You for a fact know that there is a God. You have talked to him. And yet you just get off on pretending to be an atheist. And then he's just like, I just love fucking with the clergy. And then Ben Affleck says that they're going to go home. Ben Affleck's name is Bartleby in this movie.
Yeah.
And Matt Damon is Loki.
Loki.
So those are their names.
Yeah.
So
Ben Affleck says he likes to hang out at the airport
Yeah.
because he likes watching people at their...
which he cannot do in 2 years.
That's what I was just about to say.
Yep.
Because he likes people watching the people at their happiest. And you can't do that.
No, you
anymore.
can't do that anymore. Man, that's
He's at
how
the gate.
old we are. Is I remember taking my dad to the gate and it
We
being
weren't
so much
we
fun.
weren't a very airbound family.
Oh yeah, I didn't fly until I was 18.
Oh, wow.
For the first time.
Really?
I was already with you
Oh,
when I flew for
I
the
didn't
first
know that
time.
was your
no, I
first
think
time ever.
19. Yeah. So
Oh my God.
yeah, but my dad flew all the time, so we would just go. There was one gate that had Miss Pac-Man. That was my favorite. My parents didn't give me money to play Miss Pac-Man,
The
but
sit down table, Miss
no,
Pac-Man?
stand
Or
up
the stand up?
one.
Nice.
And we would just pretend to drive on the little, the like film reel or whatever to get you to want to play it.
Yeah.
No one ever gave me a quarter. So anyway, that was the best gate.
Cool.
All right. So Ben Affleck says that they're going to go home, and then he shows like the newspaper article. So like, anyway, his plan is that the new campaign to bring Catholicism into the mainstream, yada, 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 something about sanctifying the church or whatever, is going to make it to where if you walk into the newly sanctified church, all of your sins are going to be forgiven, which includes their sins. So if they get there, they can go home. Sure. Which is heaven, because they're angels, if you haven't picked up on that. Fallen angels. But not demons. I don't know. I don't know enough about it.
They're angels that got banished
Cast
or something.
out. Yeah. And we'll get into why later. But so their plan is to cut off their wings, walk through the arch as humans, and then they will not be allowed to keep them out because they'll be humans and all their sins will be forgiven, so they'll be able to go to heaven.
Right.
So that's the plan. And then I did like this because Matt Damon's like, but who sent this letter to you? And Ben Affleck's like, don't fucking worry about it.
Who cares?
And then, so he's like still trying to convince Loki about all the plans. And then like Loki says something about like, oh, your anal retentiveness is finally paying off. And he's like, you can't be anal retentive if you don't have an anus. So that's lovely.
enough.
They have no buttholes or dicks. Facts. And then Matt Damon says that before they go home, he has to kill Mooby.
The mascot of...
From Clerks 2.
Yes.
Yeah. So he has to...
There's a literal golden calf.
And then Matt Damon, we find out Loki is the angel of death. And then, and he's like, and if I'm wrong, it doesn't matter because I'll be forgiven when we go through the arch, so it won't matter. And Mooby will be dead. And then behind him, while they're walking through, if you watch Impractical Jokers, there's like a little teeny tiny little Q.
Yeah,
standing
Brian
back
Quinn
there.
is in the background
He looks
holding
like
a...
he's like maybe, 20?
Yeah, holding a Mooby.
Yeah, he's so young. So anyway, and then they're like, well, we can't get laid because they don't have dicks, so let's do the best thing and kill people.
And
Like as our last hurrah.
that girl does a spit take in the
Yeah,
elevator.
she does. And he's like, not you.
Not you.
Not you. So we're at Mass, and they're collecting money for a John Doe, the guy who was beaten on the thing. They're calling him John Doe Jersey. So they're collecting stuff for him, and our main character is just in the crowd, not really into it. So there's that.
There's that.
And then we go to an abortion clinic. Janine Garofalo is heading to work. We get a Walt Flanagan sighting.
And Brian Johnson.
And who's Brian Johnson?
Brian Johnson is Steve Dave from Mallrats.
Oh, tell him
He
Steve.
is Kevin Smith's best friend.
Okay.
Big beard, comic book man.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've met him. Right?
No, you met Mike.
Oh, I met
Zapsik.
one man with a beard.
Yeah, different one.
Okay, all the same. All the
Okay.
same men. So anyway, so Bethany, our main character, is talking to Janine Garofalo, who's like, oh, you still go to church every Sunday? And she says that she sits at church every Sunday and feels nothing, and she's not sure why she still goes. And then Janine Garofalo, I thought it was a pretty good analogy, because she says, like, faith is like a glass of water. When you're young, it's so easy to fill the glass because it's a small glass. And as you age, the content stays the same, but your glass gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And so you're not as full, which makes sense.
Yeah.
Because I've heard the same kind of analogy about grief. You know, like when it first happens, it's really like intense.
Most of the cup.
Yeah, it's most of the cup, but then
Yeah.
you fill the cup gets bigger because of life or whatever, and so it doesn't. The grief never shrinks, but your life gets bigger or whatever. Anyway, so I thought it was a good analogy, because at a young age you're gonna believe. Because she says something. Bethany says something about how when I was young I never questioned anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I get it. And then Liz, Bethany says that she thinks God is dead. So that's a little. We're going to put a pause on that for a second.
Okay.
Yeah, move on to the next scene. So Jason Lee arrives at someone's house, and he's claiming to be from the EPA, and he asks this lady if she's an air conditioner. And then one of the hockey kids from earlier walks up and kills this woman.
He does.
And then Jason Lee says there's no greater power or pleasure on earth than an AC, which I agree with.
No exquisite sin greater than central air.
I agree.
Agreed.
Like, if having air conditioning is a sin, take me straight to hell. I don't care. I'm not going to live without an air conditioner. I can't do it.
Facts.
Like, my grandparents don't have an air conditioner, and I can stand to be in their house in the summer. Not at all.
I was going to say,
Like,
there is no amount of time I like being in that house.
No. And because they're also older now, so they always, like, if it's below 70 degrees, their heater is on.
Yeah, it's even too hot in that house at Christmas.
Yeah, that's why you just, like, send them out of the room and you open windows.
Yeah.
You're just like, or you go into the garage and you're just like, this is nice.
Yeah.
Just gonna sit out here. But anyway, so, and then he says, he's like giving the kid an assignment, and he says, shuffle her loose the mortal coil.
Yeah. That means kill her. It's a Hamlet quote.
Yeah.
It's from the To Be or Not to Be speech.
Oh, I would not know that.
Yeah. Kevin Smith's a nerd.
Yeah. So Bethany is in bed, and she hears something like going on, and then behold, like this voice starts happening in like a column of fire.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Behold the Metatron, one true voice of the Almighty God.
I'll give you 2 guesses who plays Metatron after that impression. Okay, we figured it out. So she fire extinguishes Metatron, and it's obviously Alan Rickman. I should have said someone else just to fuck with people.
It's obviously Gilbert Gottfried.
And he's like, did you have to use a whole can? And then he changes like the bat she's swinging at him into a fish. And then she's like, don't rape me. And he's still upset that he's all wet. And then he takes off his pants to show his Ken doll body with no dick.
Yeah.
But then, like, I just love the idea of filming this scene with Alan Rickman with his legs around his knees.
Pants.
And yeah. It's like his pants around his knees, and like a just no junk, just talking to you.
Yeah.
And you're like, you're a serious actor. That's fine. But then, like, he says his name. He's like, I'm Metatron. And she's like, what? And he's like, okay, so the name rings no bells for you. And he's like, if it's not in a fucking movie, it's not worth knowing, I guess. And then he's like, well, on occasion, if someone claims God is speaking to them, it's me or themselves. Like,
yeah.
It's either me or them. And he says that God doesn't speak for himself. And then she asks, like, why? And he's like, because she says, like, why doesn't God speak for himself? And he's like, if he did, your mind would cave in and your heart would explode.
We went through about 5 atoms before we figured that out.
Yeah, we went through 5 atoms before we figured that out. And then she's like, how do I know you're an angel? And I'm like, and he's like, aside from the fiery interest and the wingspan that I just showed you, like the question of like, how do I know you're an angel? It's like, have you not seen everything that's happened in your bedroom? There's a trout in your hand, and you're just like, oh, how would I ever believe you?
It must just be Chris Angel.
Yeah. But then
Mind freak.
he takes her to a Mexican restaurant with like the snap of his fingers, and she's like, what do you want with me? And he's basically like, I'm here to charge you with a holy crusade. And he's like, all you have to do is go to New Jersey and visit a small church on a very special day. Aside from the fine print, that's it. And she's like, what about the fine print? And he's like, you have to stop a couple of angels entering, thus negating all existence.
And he says that into his tequila glass.
Yeah. And she's like, what? And he's like, and then he says it again. But so basically, we have like he gives us the backstory that Loki and Bartleby, they like Loki is used to be the angel of death, so he like did Sodom and Gomorrah and like Moses' story and all that stuff. And while he was wiping out the firstborns of Egypt, afterward he and Bartleby went to have drinks and they got into discussion, and Bartleby basically was like, murdering in the name of God's not really okay. And then Loki was like, you know what, you're right. And so Loki quit. Thus they got thrown out of heaven, and angels are no longer allowed to drink, which I think is what's more offensive for Alan Rickman.
Yeah.
Yeah. So God decreed that neither Loki nor Bartleby would ever enter heaven again. And then they were sent to Wisconsin as a punishment for all of eternity.
Even though they, according to this movie, can apparently leave.
Yeah, they can leave. They just didn't.
Yeah.
They've had millions of years.
Yeah.
Not
Just
millions,
hanging
but
out in Wisconsin.
thousands of years. And they've just been hanging out in Wisconsin watching stuff happen.
Everything she says in this scene, I hate.
Why?
Just because of her delivery.
Because she's so like,
It's so flat, and I think she's acting like she's drunk, but she was acting like that before they'd even been served the tequila. Yeah. And I can't even drive home how bad it is.
Yeah, I don't think it's that bad, but all right. Okay. So basically, if they get into heaven, they will reverse God's decree, and existence in all of its form and splendor will be like cease to exist, because God is infallible, and proving him wrong will unmake everything. Mm-hmm. So that's why. I don't really know why.
No.
It just seems like God could be like, no, I'm not fucking with that shit. Yeah. And then send you back. But anyway, so she asks why her, and then asks where God was when, which this part is really upsetting to me, but she asks why her and says, where was God when I lost my uterus, or when my husband left me because I wasn't able to have kids? Where was God then? And then Metatron's just like, I don't fucking know. I don't know.
Yikes.
Yeesh. And then he says, you won't be alone. You'll have two prophets, one who speaks more than you'd want him to, and the other's the quiet type.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I wonder who that is. And then she says, when he's leaving, she's like, what's God like? And he says, lonely but funny is his description of God.
Yeah.
So, which
is important that here he keeps saying he.
Yeah. He always says he.
Everyone does except for one person.
Yeah. So she wakes up back in her bed, and then like, before he left, he like shook maracas at her face.
Yeah.
And then she finds the maracas under her pillow. So she's like, holy shit, it's real, but also I'm going to go to work. So the next day she's like leaving the clinic at night, and she's quickly surrounded by the hockey kids.
Oh shit.
And there's like a whole scene of her like trying to get her keys, but not really doing that much to get her keys.
She's scared.
Yeah, that makes sense. But
They're
I feel like
creeps.
she could have caught the hockey or the keys as the hockey kid kicked them under her car.
With the hockey stick. Yeah, she's a bad goalie.
Horrible goalie.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then anyway, so she saved it the last second with a snooch to the
motherfucking nooch.
Yep. So George Carlin. Jay and Silent Bob. And then I liked this part because the kids run off, and then she says, or Jay says, I know they were kids, but we kicked their pubeless asses, which made me laugh really hard.
It's playing corny ass music this whole scene too.
It is.
Which is weird that it's the Lord of the Rings guy.
Yeah, and then they introduce themselves. Well, Jay introduces them as hetero life mates, you know, Jay and Silent Bob.
Which I still say.
You still say it. My dad makes me repeat that a lot because he thinks it's so funny. He's like, what does Kyle call Jason? And I'm like, hetero life mate.
Go listen to Cannonball, me and my hetero life mate, Jason.
Yeah, they're doing shit over there.
We're reviewing every video game movie ever made.
Yeah. I'm not used to hyping it. It's hilarious. Go listen. But anyway, so she asks why they're hanging around, and they basically say, we figured an abortion clinic would be a great place to meet loose women.
Yeah.
So they're just hanging around trying to hit on chicks who are leaving the abortion clinic, which, I mean, is a method, I guess. It's a strategy.
Fair enough. She asks if they're pro-lifers, And he says, "No, well, a woman's body is her own fucking business."
Snaps. Hell yeah. Love it. And
Jay's a king.
Yeah, they both are. Like, honestly, writing this in 1999, I think, is fantastic.
Yeah, especially from
So,
a Catholic.
Yeah. And so then they're basically ask her if, or Jay does. When I say they, I always mean Jay.
Yeah.
Asks if she's going to fuck them or not. And then he mentions like something about going back to Red Bank. And then she's like, oh shit, they're the prophets that are supposed to come.
Because he says we could go back to Red Bank and sell
Weed and make
a
profit.
mad profit.
And then she's like, holy shit, 2 profits. And
Okay,
it's
bit
like,
of a
you don't know how to
stretch,
spell
but-
profit, I guess. 2 different words.
Yeah.
But anyway, so then this is my favorite scene in the whole movie, just because Randall's in it.
Oh.
Because they're at a Loki and Bartlesby are buying guns from Jeff Anderson. Bartlesby. I don't know.
Sure.
I don't know. Bartleby?
Yes.
Bartleby. Anyway, so favorite scene. It's just them buying guns from
He
Jeff
doesn't even
Anderson.
say anything.
He says enough. He says something because I heard his voice. What does he say? I
He
don't know.
describes the gun.
He says like, I'm Randall. And I'm like, hell yeah, you are, buddy. Enough. Smash. Still smash even in this movie. So he's selling weapons to Loki and Bartleby, and they're debating their roles in Sodom and Gomorrah
They
in
are.
front of him.
Yeah.
And he says something about like, Loki says like, well, I was doing all the work while you were just like reciting scripture.
Like you weren't working. You were lighting some fires.
And he's like, I was not lighting fires. I was raining hell. Like, what does he say? I was raining sulfur.
Yeah.
There's like a child can light fires. And it was just like, and then Jeff Anderson's just watching them the whole time and then sells them weaponry because it's America.
And then he's gone.
Yeah. And then he's gone and never. So sad. So anyway, Bethany is at a diner with Jay and Silent Bob. And, he keeps trying to get her to fuck him because he thinks that she's
Yep.
taking them out to dinner to
Wine
fuck
and dine
them.
them, yeah.
And then he's like, if you're going to do us both, I get first dibs because I hate sloppy seconds. And then she's like, what are you guys doing here? And basically they say that they're here because of John Hughes because Silent Bob is a huge fan.
Yeah.
And all of the movies that John Hughes made are from Shermer, Illinois. So they went to Shermer, Illinois, only to find out that it does not exist.
Yeah. Their plan was no one was dealing in any of these movies.
No one was dealing in the movies.
So all these characters need weed.
Yeah.
So that was their plan, to go sell weed to the characters in John Hughes movies.
Molly Ringwald smokes pot in one of the movies.
Does she?
Doesn't she smoke pot in Breakfast Club? They smoke pot in Breakfast Club.
You're alone on that island of knowing that.
Oh, okay. And also, he said that Bob cries every time that Molly Ringwald like kisses the guy of her dreams in Pretty in Pink.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
You hate Jake Ryan.
No. That's 16 Candles, and I'm
different guy?
madly in love with Jake Ryan. 100% smash Jake Ryan. But Andrew McCarthy, who is
The mannequin guy?
the mannequin guy, exactly. You have Ducky
John Cryer.
and Andrew McCarthy, the idiot from Mannequin who can't do anything right.
Can you pass on both?
No, Ducky. It's always Ducky. It's always Ducky. I mean, I'm not saying that Andrew McCarthy is not attractive, but just put him into perspective of that Mannequin is not believable.
Do you like Mannequin?
Not as an adult. I used to
Okay.
like it a lot, but now that I'm an adult, you watch
It's so
Kim
stupid.
Cattrall, who literally has been cursed for all of these years,
Yeah.
looking for the perfect man. She meets all of these famous, amazing figures through history, and she's fucking the guy who can't even keep a job.
Yeah.
That's the guy she decides that, no, this is the one I'll turn human for.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
That's so stupid.
It's so stupid. Like, honestly, I love Hollywood, but I mean, I do like that movie.
You love Hollywood?
The guy, what's his name?
Oh.
Yeah, the one with the glasses. He's so fun.
From Mannequin?
Yeah.
Oh, that guy. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's a good movie, but it's not believable.
No.
Other than the fact that a woman turns into a mannequin.
Right. We'll keep that part.
It's all about just like what are they called? Little designs in windows, window designs.
Window displays.
Yeah, window displays. Have you ever seen Mannequin People? It's great. Anyway, so then she's like, I think I need to go with you to New Jersey. And then
I think I need to go with you.
I think I need to go with you. And then Jay's like, you want to be my girlfriend? Okay, but Bob lives with us and you pay rent.
Because Bob looked at him like, wait.
Yeah.
And then he said, as long as he lives with him, Bob's like, okay.
Okay.
That's fine.
And then she says something about like, I need you to lead me. He's like, I lead you? I don't even know where I am half the time. And then she asked them, like, do you believe in God? And they like get up and they're like, oh, we sent out an abortion clinic and we get the one Jesus freak, which cracks me up. And then she offers them a whopping $100 if they'll take her to New Jersey.
Yeah, because they're already going.
Yeah, they're already going, but like $100 is not a lot.
No.
And then they ask, or Jay asks, he's like, okay, but if we're dying, would you
we
have
have like
sex?
5 minutes and a bomb's about to go off. Would you have sex with us then?
And she's like, fine.
In that highly unlikely situation, sure.
Yeah.
And he goes, she's a slut. Bong.
So stupid. And then he says he's driving and he's going like 100 miles per hour.
Yeah.
And then she
And
leans
redlining.
forward and says, what gear are you in? And he goes,
says,
gear. And then the car breaks down. How did they get here?
That
And then
makes
he's
no
standing
sense.
there and he's like, I don't know how to drive.
If he didn't know it had gears, it would be stuck in first gear, and there's no way it's getting to 100 in first
No.
gear. He would have destroyed the clutch at like 40 miles an hour.
That sounds like so much pressure. It would destroy the clutch.
If he rode it that long, yes.
What?
He'd destroy the entire car, honestly.
I don't ever want to have a manual. That sounds terrifying.
You would shift.
Yeah. My dad one
That
time.
car's also for the 90s. Modern cars will protect you.
My dad one time let me shift the 88.
Yeah, the
It's a
Mustang.
lot.
Yeah.
So you have to put a lot of pressure on that thing to move it.
That's because that thing has a bad transmission.
No, it doesn't.
Ask him. He doesn't like that shifter.
Okay, well, he was like, shifted this thing. And I was like, oh my God, that was hard to do.
Yeah.
Anyway, so then we're like, Loki and Bartleby are on a bus and they're talking. They're sitting in my favorite part of the bus, the back row
Yeah.
by the toilet.
King of the bus.
Yeah, I love being king of the bus. And they're talking about like, apparently Loki knows if people are sinning, I guess.
Yeah.
And they're talking like Scott Mosier is like hardcore making out with this chick. And Loki's like, clearly that man is married, but not to her because.
And he's like, I love that Ben Affleck's like, I'm not going to place a bet with you. You still owe me $10 because you think E.T. is not going to outperform Crush Groove.
He's like, what does he say? We're still
He
waiting
said,
to see.
okay, time will tell on that
Time
one
will
still.
tell. Yeah. And so Loki leans forward and asks Scott, like, are you married? And Scott's like, yeah, I am, clearly. And then they start making out again. And he leans forward and he's like, to her? And he's like, no.
Not that it's any of your fucking business, but no.
And then Loki shoots him in the head immediately. And then everyone runs screaming off the bus. And then Loki gets off looking really proud of himself.
He does.
And then
he starts singing Run's House.
What is that?
Whose house? Run's house. It's a Run DMC song.
Oh, okay. And then they just walk away.
Yeah.
I don't know why they just didn't drive the bus.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah. Oh, you could have just not done that.
They
and
never
gotten-
drive in this. Maybe they can't.
No, I guess maybe they can't, but they've had lots of years to learn.
They probably don't have birth certificates, so they can't get a license.
You don't think they could have figured out how to? Okay, but they were in America before we were even a country.
Yeah.
They couldn't figure anything out on how to get ID.
Yeah. I mean, we're positing that they don't drive because it's not legal.
Yeah. Not that they're.
That's not really a strong
He
argument.
literally shot a man in the
Yes.
face, and you're just like, well, it's illegal to drive. So anyway, they're back to Jay and Silent Bob, and Jay's like, she's pissed at us now. She's never gonna fuck us.
She's like, nobody is fucking anyone.
Yeah, and then he's like, you're breaking up with us.
She leaves.
And then he says, like, what does he say? And he says, like, I fell in love with you. And he's
We
like,
fell in love with you.
yeah, and he says, guys like us don't just fall out of the fucking sky. And then a guy lands right in front of them. And then he says, big naked, big titted women don't just fall out of the sky, you know.
That's the best line of the movie.
That doesn't fall out of the sky. And so anyway, there's a naked Chris Rock just laying in the street now with no heartbeat.
Yeah.
And then he stands up and Jay keeps yelling how he's like a zombie and that they need to kill him. And he says, what I just did gave me a fucking migraine, so shut up,
Yeah.
pretty much. And then I love that Jay is like, Bob, give him your coat. And then Bob starts to give him his coat. And he's like, dude, his piece is going to be rubbing all against the inside of that. And then Chris Rock says that he'll do his best to tuck it back.
I love before he asks for the coat. He's like, hey, call me Rufus. It's usually long Rufus. It's a little cold out here. You understand?
Yeah. She's like, yeah, I understand. So he says that he's like I don't know, friends with Jesus basically, and he said that one time I guess when Jesus died, he gave him a letter that said, Rufus, see you in 2 years, and he was like, what the fuck, because that just means that he knew he was going to die in 2 years.
Yeah.
So and then
ruin the rest of his time.
Yeah, ruin the rest of it.
Yeah,
and then we
she said, you know Jesus, and he said, know him. He owes me $12.
Yep.
Apparently that was improv.
Oh, I like that. Yeah. And then the hockey kids, as they're walking away, all on foot, the hockey kids are also on this bridge, and then they cut a hole in the movie.
They do.
And leave. So
it didn't look terrible.
It didn't look terrible, but they do cut a hole in the movie. So she's like met the prophet. They like are talking to Jason Lee, I think, and they're like, she's already met the prophets, and the apostle is with her. I think we need to ensure our parcel is not found. I'm left with no choice but to send Gogolthum.
The Gogothan.
Gogothan. And so anyway, we're at Mewes with our hero group.
It's our first ever appearance of Mewes in the View Askewniverse.
Yeah, it is.
That's fun.
And our last. No. Clerks.
Clerks 2 is also not our last.
What? Jane Silent Bob,
It's
I
probably
guess?
in Clerks 3. I don't know. It's in every movie.
Is it?
It's in Reboot.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I need a break from Kevin Smith movies
You're
for
gonna
a
get
while.
one. We're not doing that anymore.
We find out that Rufus is the 13th apostle, and he's pissed that he's not in the Bible. And he says that he's come down to correct a major error, the fact that he's not in the Bible and that Jesus was in fact a black man.
Yeah.
And so these are the things that he wants to fix because it was all whitewashed.
And she's arguing with him every time he says anything.
Why the fuck are you arguing? You weren't here.
I hate this bitch.
A man just fell out of the sky.
Yep.
A fucking fire guy who looks like Alan Rickman talked to you in your room, and you're just like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah. Walking around with this guy that has no pulse.
Yeah. And 3 hockey kids tried to kill you.
Yeah. That's true.
What is happening? And like the things that she questions, like, oh, there's no way that Jesus is black. And it's like, shut up. Anyway, so Rufus is going to help her stop the angels so that she can help him get the book right. That's the goal, which I don't know how he thinks that she's going to get the book right.
No.
Anyway, so, and then he says something about like, because she's still just like, I don't believe you. Not that this man fell out of the sky in the middle of nowhere. Anyway.
Yeah, but she's like, tell me something nobody knows about me.
He says that you let some kid piss in your hair.
When you were 5.
When you were 5. And she's like,
Jay's
I never.
You did that shit.
She's like, I never told anyone about that. And he's like, and neither did he. And he died of leukemia.
Oh,
and his name was Brian Johnson.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the hair pisser. Is it worse to be a hair pisser or a pee-pee hair?
I don't know.
Probably
pee-pee
hair.
hair. Yeah. That was easy. You're right.
You're right. And then Rufus is walking off, and Jay says, tell me something about me. And he says, you masturbate more than anyone on the planet. And
That's
Jay's
nothing.
like,
Everybody knows that.
and he's like, when you do it, you think about guys. And
Silent Bob turns to look at him like aghast.
He's like,
and he
not
goes,
every
dude,
time.
not all the time.
Not all the time. And so, like, Rufus goes and talks to Bethany. I don't really know what they say. Anyway, and so then they realize that Jay and Silent Bob are missing. And then they're at a strip club because Jay is trying to prove to Bob that he's not gay.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And then there's like a long bidding war that went on longer than I would have written it for Selma Hayek.
Right.
But she looks gorgeous. But anyway, and then Rufus is like, oh my gosh, it's Serendipity. Oh, that's a great movie.
What is that movie?
Serendipity.
Oh, with the writing the name in the book?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Who's in that?
John Cusack, Kay
Beckinsale?
Beckinsale.
Ah, love her.
And I feel like
I'm a
someone
big fan
else.
of when she was a vampire assistant hunter in Van Helsing and sounded like a Russian lady.
They dubbed her. That part's horrible. Why
That's
don't you just
awful.
stop with I liked her when she was a vampire, period. Underworld.
No, yeah, she's awesome in Underworld and Lost. I just wanted to make fun of Van Helsing for
And
no
Lost.
reason. Isn't she in Lost?
That's Evangeline Lilly.
Oh, shit.
Idiot. Not editing that out. Moving on. So Loki and Bartleby arrive somewhere at some sort of offices. We find out it's the Mewes headquarters.
Yep.
And Loki is carving onions in the boardroom. And this, because this a whole group of men are just like, oh, look at all the money we've made. Yay, us. And then Bartleby says, you'll have to excuse my friend. He has a flair for the dramatics. And Loki's like, no, I don't.
Stop it.
Stop. Don't do. They clearly have spent far too much time together over the years. And then like Bartleby is going over all of the movie like owners and calls like everything that Movies owns. And then he says that the board is full of idolaters.
Yeah.
Which I don't disagree.
Yeah.
Like you are serving this and anyway. And then Loki says he's made a voodoo doll, which I'm not really going to bring it up again. I don't know why it's in my notes. Just ignore that part. So,
Okay.
and then they say that they broke the first commandment and that none of them are decent people. Like not a single one of them passes even decent humans. And then we list like, I didn't write down these crimes because honestly they are horrific.
Yeah.
Like one of them starts like you cheated on your wife 8 times last year, one of like with her best friend.
Yeah.
And then they just get honestly fucking horrific.
They do.
And
Yeah.
I'm not mentioning them. They're pedophilia, rape, disowning your children. They're awful. I'm not going to talk about them. So all except for the one woman in the room who they say isn't innocent. So go off, queen.
Yeah.
Like, yes.
Did you notice how big all these dudes are?
Yeah.
All these dudes are huge, right?
Yeah.
Apparently this was going to be a big blowout stunt scene. Mm-hmm. And those were all stuntmen.
Oh.
Yeah, they were going to have a big, huge fight.
Fight?
Yeah.
I liked it better this way.
And then they just didn't want to for whatever reason. So just had Matt Damon come back in with the gun.
Is it just like the Indiana Jones part where he had
He
the
was
poops?
sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was just like, no, I'm not doing that. Not doing it. But then he says, do you know, this is what Loki's saying. He's like, do you know what makes a human being decent? Fear. And none of you has anything to fear anymore because they have too much fucking money.
Yeah.
See?
That's what he says. Yeah.
And I agree with him still. And then Loki comes back in because he leaves like nothing's going to happen. And then like he walks out and all the men are just like, I don't know. Which is insane that they just heard all of the crimes that have happened in this room and they're all just fine with it.
Yeah. They all know.
Oh my God, that's insane.
They all know all that shit. He crushes the voodoo doll before he leaves.
Yeah.
Because he has this big speech about if I believed in that.
Yeah.
Crushes it and everybody freaks out.
Yeah, and then he's like, I don't
He's like, I don't believe in that. And
Yeah.
then he leaves and then he walks back in.
And then he comes back in and kills them all.
He's like, but I do believe in this.
Yeah, and then
And it doesn't show any of it. It shows Ben Affleck reading a magazine
Yeah,
and he's like, I
just
do
waiting.
believe in this.
Like, what is that?
God,
what does that even mean? And then so he doesn't kill the one pure soul in the room, and then he about shoots her because he's like, but you didn't say God bless you when I sneeze. So and then Bartleby's like, Loki, stop. And then he just is like, all right, you're lucky. He almost like, I think he gets a little excited when he starts murdering.
Yes.
So Rufus
favorite.
is talking to Serendipity, and then they say that Bethany is the last scion. We learn that Serendipity is a muse, and she's responsible for 19 of the top 20 movies of all times, which I typed as games, which
Oh, we should do an episode on that one day.
we should do an episode of that. I feel like we'd mostly agree.
Yeah,
Except for
well,
Baldur's Gate is in my top.
Wouldn't even be my top 20.
You've never played it.
That would be why.
And then Serendipity says that God is a woman, and she basically points out that she's a muse. So something about how, I don't know, but she points out that women are the biggest antagonists in the Bible. She's like, a woman is to blame for like the Garden of Eden. A woman is who asks for the head of John the Baptist. Like they basically because her job isn't to write the stuff, but is to influence. And so the men like took her words basically and fucked him up.
Yeah.
To make women evil.
Of course they did.
Great. And so then we get the giant shit monster
Yeah.
who comes out of the turlet.
Ethan Suplee or
Ethan
Suplee.
Suplee. No, I'm not saying Suplee. No.
Remember when we used to insist it was Jared Leto?
You do. Yeah, and that was wrong. That was wrong.
Ugh. That's all I want to talk about him.
I do. I saw him in concert and he dressed like Jesus.
He
It
acts like
fits in with
Jesus.
this. Yep. Anyway, so he says, "Not born shit into existence."
Which is a Clayface quote from the Batman comics.
Nerds. Oh
Not
my
me,
gosh.
that's them being nerds.
That's so nerdy.
He looks like Clayface.
Because we've had a Hulk quote or something like that
Did we?
already. I could have sworn we had some weird like line.
Oh, you said you wouldn't like me when I'm angry. Yeah.
Yeah, oh my god.
Yeah, they're
Don't
comic
say
book
that.
nerds.
And it's an excremental, which made me laugh.
Yeah.
A shit demon. And the Golgothan, which I thought was kind of an interesting way of writing in where the Golgothan comes from, because they said it's a shit demon that was created on the hill where Jesus was crucified. And the Romans crucified so many people there, and people, when they die, tend to evacuate their bowels, creating a shit demon.
Yeah, I wonder if this last guy that was in there had flushed, we wouldn't have been dealing with this.
He had massive diarrhea.
He did.
That was not a solid poopy. That was a bad
I don't think
one.
anybody's flushed that bar in
He
years.
didn't even wash his hands. He just
I know.
got up and walked away.
I don't think he even wiped.
I don't. Ew.
He just stood up and walked out.
That's nasty.
Yep.
Do boys do that?
Do what?
Just walk up with poo-poo in their butts?
Everyone does that.
No.
Not every person. I'm saying the people of all ilk. Nasty people of all genders and ages.
That's true. I've watched a lot of YouTube videos of women like shitting on the floor and then throwing it at people.
I will say in the men's bathroom, I see a lot of dudes not washing their hands. Y'all fucking nasty.
That's you always talk about the noises men make in the bathroom.
Oh my God. If
And
you've
then-
ever never been into the bathroom of a truck stop or what Quick Trip or whatever.
Women's bathrooms are always quiet unless there's someone talking,
The
but
guy next to
rarely
you
do you hear like,
always sounds like he's trying to push a truck up a hill. It's fucking horrendous.
gross.
And he's also playing Jason Aldean from the phone.
I can't even think of a Jason Aldean song.
It's a very specific cacophony in the truck stop bathroom.
That's insane. Women's bathrooms are just really quiet. Unless there's
that
like
must be
two
so
women
nice.
who know each other talking to each other.
Yeah, playing battle shits.
No. No. Very rarely do you hear like a fart. Rarely.
I don't even know how you control that, but you could not sound like you're
We're just
fucking
not as gross, I
having
guess.
a tug of war with a lion.
I saw this one Instagram the other day that I honestly love this woman, and I don't know who the creator was, but she was talking about how like she's been using the hand dryer for like the last 2 minutes because there was a woman who was pooping and she was just trying to give her cover so she could poop. And I was like, oh my God, that's amazing. Anyway, so
Nice.
Bob kills the shit monster with butt spray he carries around, and now the shit monster is no more.
Yeah.
Cool beans. I don't
Very
know how
quick.
the shit monster cares about whether or not you knock out smells.
He says knocks out strong odors on his thing.
But he's poop.
He's a strong odor.
Yeah, but he's
guess.
also poo poo.
Yeah. This is the reboot type of humor.
Yeah. That's why I prefer Clerks before we started this shit.
Right.
Anyway, so Loki and Bartleby can't get a train to New Jersey, and then they don't kill that woman, which I thought was nice.
Oh, yeah. The bus station attendant.
Yeah.
Dude, that's Guinevere Turner, who I know you don't know, but we just talked about her on Cannon Brawl.
Mm-hmm.
She wrote the script for the movie American Psycho
Wow.
and Blood Rain.
Wow. Okay.
It's
Talented
so weird.
woman.
Yeah, I
All
looked
right,
it up to
cool.
make sure it is the exact same woman, and it is.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So they decide that they're going to fly to New Jersey instead. And then Jason Lee shows up and is like, you shouldn't because you'll look like fairies, which I think is a sign of the times.
Yeah, sign
Yeah.
of times indeed.
And then
he does have a better reason when he yanks them into the
Yes.
aisle.
So he pulls them into an aisle and he warns them that they're very close to getting caught because they keep killing people and that everyone is looking for you on both sides. They've ordered to terminate you on site.
That's why you shouldn't be flying around.
Yep. And then he's like, so they have to travel incognito. And then he tells them that even the last scion is looking for you. And they're just like, holy shit. We're just trying to get home. Like, we didn't think that this was like a big deal.
Yeah.
So Bethany asks Rufus what Christ was like. And he says, they're on a train. And he says he liked to listen to people. His only problem with mankind, which is, I love this, is that people do things in his name like genocide and war and TV evangelists where you manipulate people. Right?
You're obviously have given this much more thought than I have.
How interesting. And so then Jay and Silent Bob are in the eating food car. Is that what it's called? Dining car. That's what it's called. Dining car. And they introduce themselves as Larry and Barry. And then Bethany is talking to Bartleby about being dumped. Rufus is still asleep in their car. So Bartleby asks Bethany, when do you think you lost your faith? And I thought that this, like, honestly, there's a lot of really good writing in here. And she says she was on
bad acting.
Yeah. She said she was on. I didn't think the acting was bad in this scene, personally.
I do, from half of them. This is an Oscar winner.
For Ben Affleck?
Yes.
Yes.
Acting across from someone who Kevin Smith pulled off the street.
Yeah, and he does a great job in this scene.
He does an amazing job. He's a great actor. And he's great as Batman. Come at us in the comments.
Yeah, come at him in the comments. Come at him.
Only me.
I don't even remember him. You said that, and I was like,
come at me about him being Batman, and Autumn will kick your ass.
I'm 5'4". No. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, I will though. But anyway, if you hurt his feelings, so help me. No, I'll order him a pizza.
Yeah.
So
no one wants that.
She said she was on the phone with her mother, and her mother was trying to counsel her, and she was like, nothing she was saying was making me feel any better. And her mom said, Bethany, God has a plan. And she says that in that moment, she was so angry because she was like, but what about my plans? I planned on having a family with my husband, and why wasn't that good enough for God?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I get it. I do get it. And then he says, she asked Bartleby, what about you? And he says, one day God just stopped listening. And then she says, like, was he ever listening? And he's like, yeah, because I'm an actual angel. But anyway, and then she's like, they're talking, and she's like, when you're a kid, you never question the whole faith thing. God's in heaven, and she's always watching out for you, because now we know it's a woman. And then she brings up the pilgrimage and spills to Bartleby, like, that she's supposed to be stopping a couple of angels that are from going into a church. And this is where Ben Affleck's acting is amazing, because we find out that they didn't know that these people were who were after them. Because when you first start the scene, you almost think that they already know and they're manipulating the situation, but they didn't. They were just kicking it with them.
Yeah.
And
she is acting that scene out like your college improv classmate acts out being drunk, and he is acting that like a TikTok compilation of greatest acting of all time.
Yeah, you can literally just see the realization cross his face, the like, because you can see
completely drunk.
He liked her, like, not as like as a human. He was actually enjoying hanging out with this person, and thought of her like, oh, she's friendly and all this stuff, and you know, he's excited because he's gonna get to go home and all these things, and just all the emotions are crossing his face of holy shit, we're in danger.
Oh, it's fucking awesome.
Yeah. And then he says, like, well, maybe you're supposed to, because she's talking, she's like, how do you stop angels? Like, how would I even do that? And he's like, well, maybe you're supposed to kill them. And then she's like, how would I kill angels? Like, that doesn't make any sense. And then Rufus walks into the dining car, and obviously, being from heaven, knows who they are immediately.
Yeah.
And then Bartleby, like, grabs Bethany.
And he's like, the apostle?
Yeah.
And he's like, Bartleby? And she's like, Bartleby, you said your name was Barry.
Yeah, she didn't. Yeah. And then I do like this because Bartleby's like, you need to kill her. And Loki's like, I can't kill her. She hasn't done anything.
I do like that.
And then Silent Bob throws them off the train.
He does.
He does.
And then he has his one line in the movie.
Because there's just like this little man sitting in the corner that you can see occasionally that you're just like, what is that dude doing? And then, so he throws them both off of the back of the dining car, which also confuses me why this door isn't like securely locked. Because I feel like this would be a huge like schmooshide risk or something, or like murder
Sudoku risk.
Yeah, a Sudoku risk. Because you can just throw people out of the train.
Apparently.
Throw mama from the train
Not
style.
mama.
Throw them out.
Throw angels from the train.
Bob throws him out, and then that guy's just like looking at him like, what
horrified.
the fuck? And he goes, no ticket, which
Isn't that
funny.
a Last Crusade reference?
Oh,
Doesn't Indiana Jones say that?
To who?
Someone in Last Crusade.
Oh, I don't remember.
Some Nazi.
Oh, Jacob, tell us in the comments. Anyway, so Loki wants to rethink this whole thing, and he's basically just like, there's way more going on here than we thought about, and maybe we don't need to go home. Like, maybe we just need to go, like, clearly everyone's trying to kill us. This is, like, getting nuts.
They look like they're in a parking garage.
They are. Yeah.
Weird.
Those are always at the end of railroad.
Right.
Parking garages in the middle of the woods where they got thrown out. Yeah. And then, like, but Bartleby is 100% like, no, we're not going home. And then he says, for the first time, I get it. In the beginning, it was just us and God, right? And our existence is a life of forced servitude.
At which point Loki's like, "You all right, man? Your eyes are kind
of like." I kind of get his point though. Like he's like, it's the bowing and the scraping, and then he made humans and he gave them a choice, which is way more than he ever gave us. And then he points out later that he also has infinite patience for humans. Humans can fuck up over and over and over and over and over again and can get forgiveness, but we fucked up once. And we're, exiled for eternity. Yeah. Which I get what you're saying, dude. I do get what you're saying. So, and then he says to go home, we have to dispatch the dispatchers. And then he tells Loki, don't let your sympathies get the best of you. She might be a scion, but she's just a human. Yeah. So... yeesh, because Loki's like, I don't think we should. And then Loki says, like, I heard a rant like this before. You sound like the morning star. You sound like Lucifer. And then he's like, you aren't talking about going home. You're talking about a war on God. I just want to go back to Wisconsin. I don't want to be part of it. I don't want to be part of it. And the Bartleby's like, no, we're not going home. And Loki's like, all right.
We're not going to Wisconsin. We are going home.
He's like, we're not going back. And then Loki's just like, well, I tried. Yeah. I guess we're going. And so now Bethany is asking, like, why me? Because now they got off the train, which is stupid.
They try to explain it. Chris Rock says, well, the reason we're off the train is because if your enemy knows where you are, don't be there.
Right. But you need to travel. Yeah. It's also a train.
Yeah, they're on foot now.
So... they talk about something about the lost story of Jesus. It took from the Bible skips from Jesus at the age of 12 to Jesus at the age of 30. And where are those stories? And basically, I think Rufus is saying that it took Jesus a long time to realize who he was supposed to be, and that he had to process it for a really long 18 years to process his fate. Yeah. And Bethany's like, no, it didn't. It's all like, shut the fuck up. Yeah. Because then he says something about like Jesus's brothers and sisters, and she's like, Jesus didn't have brothers and sisters. Mary was a virgin. I grew up religious, right? And I've always assumed Jesus had brothers and sisters because yes, Mary was a virgin when she got pregnant with Jesus, but then she married Joseph, and why the fuck would she remain a virgin? Yeah. It doesn't make any sense. So the idea that Joseph is just like this cuck who's just standing around. Oh my God. Well, like, it doesn't make any sense. They're married.
It also doesn't make any sense to argue with a fucking apostle of Jesus.
Who knows?
I
who
fucking hate this
knows
woman.
the guy. And she's just like, no, he doesn't have
bullshit.
Brothers. He doesn't have brothers and sisters. She's a virgin.
Shut up.
Do people, like, I don't know.
He just told you.
Maybe I didn't pay attention, but I've always been like, yeah, the Virgin Mary was when she got pregnant with Jesus, she was a virgin. Not like the rest of her life she was a virgin. Yeah. That doesn't make it, I don't know. That doesn't make any sense. I don't know why you thought that. And then anyway, she's basically, we find out that she's the multiple great grand niece of Jesus because of Jesus's brothers and sisters.
Like you were glitching out.
And then she runs away for some reason. I don't get it. Like, aren't we all related to Genghis Khan? Yeah. Could you imagine you just being like, you're related to Genghis Khan? And you'd be like, no!
Literally physically running away.
Into a river.
In my white shirt on.
In my white shirt, of course. So she's having a moment with God, and she's telling her that she hates her, which I think is normal. So have your moment. And then Metatron's like, she can't hear you. Which is like, well, let me have my moment, though. I don't know why you showed up. And then basically he says something about, like, because she's like, why didn't you tell me? And I'm like, why didn't I tell you you're the grandniece of Jesus? Because probably everyone is. Like, most of the world, it would seem. Yeah. Like, that's a lot of time to spread that seed. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But anyway, and then he says, well, only after you've seen everything would you be able to believe the truth, which I get. And then he talks about how hard it was because he's the one who had to tell Jesus that he was God's only son. And this is where he keeps calling God a he, but Bethany keeps calling God a she.
Yeah. I noticed that the only person that ever said God was a she was Salma Hayek. Yeah. And then Linda Fiorentino ran with it. Yeah. Everyone else keeps saying he.
And so it's confusing.
She even said he on the train to Bartleby, and he didn't care.
No. I think that it's just interchangeable, I guess. And anyway, so he's like talking about like how hard it was to tell a little boy. And he's like, if I had he basically says that Jesus didn't take it well because you're telling this child that they're going to have to sacrifice themselves for their father and all this stuff. And that Jesus said to him, like something about like, make this not happen or something like that.
Yeah.
And he's like, and if I had the power, I would have made it not true, because who would make a child shoulder that much responsibility?
Just like I shouldn't be making you shoulder that much responsibility.
Yep.
God, I love Alan Rickman.
Oh my God, he's amazing.
Yeah.
He's amazing. I still think the Snape and Lily stuff is stupid.
It is.
But anyway.
I'm on your side with that.
Thank you. Because most people aren't. I think it's stupid. But then she's like, how am I supposed to be this? And he's like, just be who you are. You're just going to be this as well. Like, nothing's changed, really.
Yeah.
I don't know. It seems like you would just have a lot, like, I don't know why she's taking it so hard. Like, wouldn't it be, like, you've had this crisis of faith your entire life. You've now been punched in the face multiple times with the fact that everything you've believed is real.
Yeah.
And that God loves you and that God is trying to protect you and all this stuff. And you're just like, but why me? It's like, why are you upset? I don't understand. So Metatron takes them to like a fancy restaurant. The only really funny part in this is that Jay says something about how his weed just kicked in because now they're sitting in the middle of a fancy restaurant.
Yeah.
And then Metatron tells them that, because they say something about like, how come God can't fix this? And he's like, God is missing. And then we find out that God is a real skee ball fanatic. And she will just disappear every like few months and go play skee ball for the day in a human form. And she hasn't come home, basically. And they don't know where God is. And so they said, Alan Rickman's like, but someone knew enough that was God to not kill the physical form. Because if they had killed the human form, then God would have just gone back to heaven. But they kept the human form alive, but unconscious, so that God can't escape.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool, to be honest.
Yeah. Also a bit comic booky.
Yeah. Yeah. This is Blunt Man and Chronic. What are you talking about?
Exactly.
So anyway, so then Jay says like, oh, we should just ask George Carlin to not do the ceremony. Problem solved. Because if the church is closed, the angels can't cross the threshold. We're done. And so the very next scene is them trying to explain the situation to George Carlin. George Carlin's basically like, no, that's the whole scene.
Yeah.
There you go.
And they acted like Jay was a genius for saying this. And then the very next scene, it doesn't work.
Yeah. George Carlin does not buy it at all. Which I do think that this is a logical solution. Just say, hey, don't do it.
Yeah.
And then,
but she was going to explain to him the actual angel situation, and
Rufus
Chris Rock
stopped her.
made her stop.
Yeah.
I almost think he would have bought the real story.
Yeah. To be like, here's the actual
Just
story.
do it the next day.
Also, try to feel Rufus's pulse, because they talk multiple times that Rufus does not have a pulse. He's dead. He's a dead body.
Yeah.
So I think that you should just do it the next day.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all that needs to happen. But I understand, because his Catholicism, it needs to go off without a hitch.
Right.
So it's the day of the ceremony. Also, he was playing with like a golf club that's going to come back up. George Carlin. Anyway.
Yep.
So the day of the ceremony, Bartleby and Loki have arrived in New Jersey. And then Jason Lee, a.k.a. Azrael, shows up to keep them from interfering. So does Serendipity. She's also there. And then Trevor's cousin from GTA 5, the ICP fan,
is the bartender.
The
bartender started talking, and you said, whoa, that's the guy from GTA. And I said, what the hell are you talking about?
Yeah.
And you looked up Wade.
Yeah.
The ICP fan from Grand Theft Auto 5, and you were right.
Yes.
Why?
His voice is like iconic.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is. I heard his voice and I was like, oh my God, GTA. I've heard that voice.
Insane.
Thank you. Thank you. It's a lot better than, like, what I hate is when I hear of, like, there was this one trailer before Jacob and I saw Jack Reacher 2, and I had to think for about
the first half
an
of the
hour
movie.
and a half into Jack Reacher who the fuck that person was.
Yeah.
And it's Lane Price from Mad Men. And like an hour and a half into Jack Reacher 2,
Resident
I
Evil.
was like, Jacob, it's Lane Price from Mad Men. And he was like, who the fuck is that? Shut up. And I'm like, that's who it was.
He's in Resident Evil Apocalypse, and he's the son of Dumbledore, Richard Harris.
Is he really? In real life?
Yes.
Oh,
His name's something
interesting.
Harris. James Harris, maybe.
Wow.
Jared Harris.
Jared. Oh, okay.
Blame Richard for that.
Yeah. All right. I also did that with Prince of Persia, but that was with his face because that, like his brother or something in Prince of Persia.
Yeah.
I was like, how come every time I see you, I think I should be laughing? And
He's
it's
from
because it's
Coupling.
Richard Coyle from Coupling.
Yeah.
And it eventually clicked, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's Jeff.
It's Jeff.
It's Jeff. Yay. And now I can enjoy the movie. Run it back.
I have
What
no
happened?
idea how you got this guy that fast. I still don't know what you're talking about. And
Iconic
I
voice.
love GTA.
I don't think you've played the story as much as I have.
I've platinumed that game.
I platinumed that game.
We platinumed that
We
game.
platinumed that game. I must have done all
Did
the
you
Trevor
fly under
stuff.
any bridges?
No, you
Not
did
a
that.
one.
You did that, but I did a lot of the grinding and a lot of
The gold medals.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Which is a lot of replaying like little missions over and over and over
Okay, but I
again.
think our listeners are well aware that replaying video games is your favorite fucking activity.
I don't know
on
why they
Earth.
think that. I don't know why they think that. Oh, guys, I finally got the platinum in Baldur's Gate.
Oh, she did.
You can compliment me. Thank you.
Compliment
Leave
her.
your compliments down
Which
below.
means that she beat tactician mode,
I did.
which is crazy hard.
I did, and I'm toying with whether or not I should try to do honor mode.
Yeah, she platinumed Baldur's Gate 3 and is still playing it.
Oh yeah, because now I'm romancing Will because I've never done that before.
Right.
And then I'm also playing as a halfling because I've never been short before. And then Jacob and I are already planning our next playthrough. I'm busy. I'm a busy girl. Anyway,
He's driving my point home.
so Trevor's cousin from GTA gets shot. There you go.
He becomes a holy bartender.
Yeah, that's the joke. And so at the ceremony, God's house, and then Ben Affleck's like, God doesn't live here anymore. He abandoned you, you hypocrites, charlatans. And then says, this group is ripe with sin. And then they just start fucking murdering people
Yeah,
all
because
over the place.
Yeah, because a cop comes up to him and tells him to leave, and he snaps his neck
He
with one
snaps his
hand.
neck. And then everyone's like, ah.
Pandemonium in the streets.
Yeah. And so as we find out, Azrael's backstory was that he was around in the battle of, like, I don't know, rebels versus angels
Versus the Empire.
Lucifer basically versus God, right?
Yeah, rebels versus the Empire.
Azrael remained completely neutral. And Serendipity is like, because you wanted to see who would win. And he's like, no, because I'm an artist, and why would I be involved in a war? And then after God won, God went after all the people who didn't fight for him, which included Azrael, which means Azrael had to go to hell.
Yep.
So, yeah. Because then she points out, Serendipity says, well, Elvis was also an artist and he went to war. So there you go.
Okay.
But then, so Azrael wants to escape hell, which is why he wants Loki and Bartleby's plan to work, because this is his way out. So then he turns on the news. It's an absolute bloodbath. We see that
Grant Hicks.
From
Fighting for his
earlier.
life.
Yeah. Fighting for his life.
Yeah.
Probably dead. This is my favorite
Probably.
version of Dante.
Oh.
No, I'm just kidding. So Azrael, like, while Azrael's like watching the news or he's doing his big speech, I don't remember, but Serendipity is trying to tell Bob what to do, like, to get them out. Because it's like Azrael and the hockey kids are all in the room.
Yeah.
And so Bob picks up the golf club and Azrael's like, take your best shot, motherfucker. Like, it's not going to work, but go ahead and hit me. And then he hits Azrael in the chest, and Azrael, like, gets a whole hole blown in his chest.
There's black oil everywhere.
Yeah, and he's just like, what? And also, Jason Lee's very hairy.
Yes.
Shockingly hairy.
Yeah, apparently. Steve Martin Harry.
Yes.
Yeah. Interesting.
Too much hair, I would say.
Leave him alone. It's natural. You can't help it.
Women's hair is natural too, but we have to help it.
No, you don't. That's so stupid.
Thank you. See, I've indoctrinated you. It's lovely. So anyway, and then they send Bethany to bless the 3 sinks that for some reason exist in this bar and are already full of water.
Yeah.
Why are they full of water? Why are there 3 already full of water?
Well, yeah, I feel like there's usually 3 sinks in a bar, but
Can you tell
full
I've
of
never
water is
been to a
weird.
bar?
Yes.
Anyway, so she blesses the sinks and the triplets get killed. Cool beans.
Cool.
Yeah. And so then our group shows up at the church, but 4K does not come with them because it looks like it's killed by a potato all of a sudden.
Okay.
It looks so bad.
So I didn't even talk about at the top that Kevin Smith Disney refused to fund this movie.
Yeah.
Disney owns Miramax.
Right.
And so, for obvious reasons. And so Harvey Keitel was like, no, that movie looks awesome. Also, Kevin Smith wrote this movie before
Harvey
Clerks.
Keitel.
Sorry, Weinstein.
Oh, okay. I got excited.
I wish
My
I
bad.
could have said Keitel. Now I'm lost.
Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah, Harvey Weinstein said, okay, I'll fund it myself. Also, Kevin Smith wrote this movie before he wrote Clerks.
Really?
Yeah, this is his dream movie. And he decided, well, I'm not going to film Dogma on $27,000.
Right.
I'll film my little convenience store movie.
Yeah.
And they waited until he could get a budget of $10 million for a movie. So Harvey Keitel was like, I'll fund it.
Harvey Weinstein.
Fucking shit.
Just say Harvey.
Noted shitbag Harvey Weinstein was like, I'll fund it myself as long as I get the distribution rights, and then went to prison for being a noted shitbag. So Kevin Smith lost the rights to this movie for years, which is why if you've
Right.
ever tried to find a Blu-ray for this, it's fucking impossible.
Right. It was.
DVD is kind of easy because they just made so many of them because
Yeah.
it was made before 2006 when Blu-rays came out. He got the rights back recently through litigation. I don't know if he had to deal with Harvey Weinstein directly, but he finally got him back, and last year they released the 4K,
Yeah.
which we immediately pre-ordered. So we're watching this on 4K. It looks
Yeah.
great.
It did.
Until this scene.
Until now.
I don't know what the hell happened.
It did not come. Is the 4K in the room with us? Because it's not.
But then they come out of the tree shadows, and then there's a cut, and it's back to being fine.
It looked better, but it also didn't look great. I think that the direct sunlight was probably to blame. It was very bright. I don't know.
Something about when they were first on the street didn't even look like DVD
Potato.
quality. Yeah.
It looked like it was a
It was
potato.
awful.
Yeah. it
Maybe
looked
that's
terrible.
an old lost scene. I don't know.
It was terrible.
It was terrible.
And so basically, they're like, we cannot kill Loki or Bartleby because they'll go straight to heaven if they die. Because at this point, we don't know whether or not they've gone through the arch. So, and killing themselves, because they're like, well, what if they just kill themselves? And then she's like, well, it's a mortal sin to kill yourself. So they can't do that. They have to be killed by somebody.
Yeah.
So that's the plan.
Okay.
Okay. So they haven't gone through the arches yet, we find out. So they find Matt Damon, and Matt Damon is like drunk, like really drunk. And his wings have been cut off.
Yeah, I was going to say, you can't be drunk if you're an angel, so.
Yeah. So they're asking, he's human now, and they're asking him if he's gone through the arch yet. But he's kind of too drunk to talk to them at this point. And Ben Affleck is flying overhead, dropping bodies out of the sky.
I got to say, Bartleby said that Loki had a penchant for the dramatic.
Yeah.
Laying it
Loki's
on
just
pretty thick here,
hanging
Barts.
out pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's just dropping bodies out of the sky.
Yeah.
And then yeah. And so basically, someone says, and I think it's Bartleby, he says something about like, while you know only forgiveness, all we know is regret.
Yeah. That's
Which,
Bartleby. Bartles.
yeah. And then he's like, soon the police will show up and they'll kill us as we emerge from the church. So that's their plan is cops. Not a bad plan.
But it's Sudoku by cop. That's,
Yeah.
isn't it not splitting hairs? That's a thing.
But I guess you could be like, but I'm innocent now. And then they do it. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's a gray area.
Yeah.
I don't know. So anyway, Loki's like, no, this has gone too far. Thanks for speaking up now, Loki. You see all the devastation around you? And then Bartleby's like, oh, you know what's great about the fact that you've already cut your wings off? That you're fucking human. And then he stabs him. Does that... Well, no, Loki hadn't gone through the arch yet.
Nope.
So I guess he's just in hell now.
Dead.
Yeah, dead. And so basically, while all this is happening, Jay and Bethany have like taken cover. I don't remember why, but they're taking cover. And Jay's just taking his pants off while she's trying to figure out what's going on. And then Jay mentions the John Doe jersey.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jodo is what I wrote. John Doe jersey is at the hospital, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, does John Doe jersey love skee-ball?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "Yeah, but that's like a leap and a half."
Yeah.
So all right, but then he says, "If you,"
She says, what are you doing?
Yeah, because his pants are down. And he's like, "You said that if we have 5 minutes left to live, you'd fuck me."
Fucking idiot.
But then, like, he throws the condom. He had a condom, and then he removes it.
Yeah.
You would not let Jay ever touch you condomless. No way. Like
Yeah.
maybe Jay saw Mewes, but not Jay. No
Yeah.
way. And so then Jay comes out. So she runs to the hospital with Bob, and then Jay comes out, and for some reason, he has not been paying attention to the plan at all.
No.
He starts shooting at Bartleby, who is immortal at this point and can't die. But what he does is he shoots off Bartleby's wings,
Bartleby
making him immortal or a
intentionally
human.
ducks and
Takes
spreads
it
his
all.
wings.
Yeah. And then he uses all of the bullets.
Yeah.
So you don't even have one spare one to just go ahead and kill him.
No, because it's an Uzi.
But then they also don't try to fight him
Yeah.
because now he's human and they're just like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, you're an apostle, you're a Mewes, and you've got Jason Mewes. Just at least try to go fist fight the guy.
Yeah.
But no one does anything. They're just like, ah, fuck.
Yeah.
Fight him. I don't know what's happening. And so Bethany finds John Doe jersey and unplugs, which I think is funny because while she's running into the hospital, they're evacuating all the patients, saying that the
Apocalypse.
is it the apocalypse?
That's
Yeah,
what they say.
like the apocalypse is coming. And I'm like, then why are you worrying about evacuation?
Yeah. This is not a drill. This is the apocalypse.
Just leave them. It's fine. And so she unplugs all of the machines, all of the like equipment from God. And so God escapes the mortal form and like shoots her.
Shuffles loose the mortal coil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like
and then
shoots
she has a
Bethany
wound
in
in her stomach.
somehow. I don't know
Somehow.
how.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
And then God and Alan Rickman, because Bartleby's about to walk into the church, God and Alan Rickman, watch out, God is Alanis Morissette, walk out from the church and before Bartleby can go in. And then I did kind of like this scene a lot.
Yeah.
Because Bartleby basically immediately says he's sorry and he hugs God and God hugs him back. And then Metatron tells everyone who's human to cover their ears. And then God like goes, rawr. And then Bartleby dies.
Lets out this huge roar, and Bartleby's head explodes.
Oh, does it explode?
Yes.
Oh, okay, I missed that. So then God cleans up the mess that Loki and Bartleby made by removing all the evidence, I guess, of the dead bodies. So Grant Hicks his family never got that body.
Nope, no closure for
no
any of
closure.
these victims.
Nope. But she also didn't clean the road because the road was still gross.
Yeah, apparently on the one of the final days of filming, the church asked him to clean that up, which he hadn't considered. Kevin Smith.
Yeah.
And he wrote it into the plot just so the entire crew would have to help
Nice.
him clean it up.
That makes sense, though. So the Mewes and Rufus are heading back to heaven. And then the Mewes is like, oh, but I want to say goodbye to Bethany first before I go back to heaven. And then Bob rocks around the corner with her dead body.
Yeah. She also had a little scene with Jay.
Yeah,
where
she
they
did.
let Jay stand up and he's like, who the fuck is that bitch? Why isn't she talking? What is this, the piano? Which is apparently a movie about a mute who plays piano, played by Holly Hunter, who was going to play this role.
Oh.
So they left it in the movie just because it's still funny because she's mute.
Who's Holly Hunter?
Well, she's Elastigirl in Incredibles.
Oh, yes.
She's also like the senator that's a dickhead in either Batman v Superman or Justice League.
Okay. All right.
She's famous. I don't know.
Her voice is.
She has a TV show called
I
Broadcast
wish
News.
she would leave Bob Parr. I hate Bob Parr. Come
Bob
at
Parr
me.
sucks.
Bob Parr sucks. In both movies.
Yeah, agreed. Kevin Smith also approached Alanis Morissette for this to play, I think, Bethany.
That would have been nice. Much better.
And she couldn't do it.
Oh,
and
'cause
by
of-
the time she came back and was like, hey, I'm not on tour. Are you still filming that movie? He said, yeah. But I have one part left.
Yeah. That's fun.
That's fun.
And then she was like, all right, let's
All
do
right,
this.
I'll be God. Fuck
So
it.
Bethany's dead. And someone says something about like one of the drawbacks of being a martyr is that you have to die. But then God just brings her back to
Yeah.
life.
so much for that line.
So much for that line. And then she said something about how I'm the last scion. And then Alan Rickman says, you're half right. You were the last scion, but this is the next scion. And she's got like a huge job to do or something like that. And then Bethany, we find out, is pregnant.
Yep.
And then that's the end of the movie.
Well,
Pretty
she has a
much.
little conversation with God where she asks why we're all here.
And then goes,
And
boop,
God goes, "Merp," and tweaks her nose.
which is adorable.
Love it.
Yeah, because God's just like, merp. It was cute. So that's the end of the movie.
What's the end of the movie? You like it?
Yeah,
You shrugged.
yeah. It's no Clerks.
It's no Clerks?
I like Clerks and Clerks 2. I think that's where this is at. Where my Kevin Smith love is Clerks 1, Clerks 2. Which is crazy because I hate Dante.
Yeah. Well, I hate this chick.
Yeah.
but I'm willing to look past it.
I think this is a close third.
I think this is the best Kevin Smith movie, probably bar none.
Okay, wrong.
It's
but go on.
not the funniest.
Right. I think it has a really
It's
good
honestly
message.
not even that funny outside of Alan Rickman and Jason Mewes.
And Chris Rock. I think
Chris
it's pretty
Rock.
funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, I liked it. I think that since, I don't know, I know that I have a lot of like, I've done a lot of like the reconstruction of my own religion. So
Reconstruction?
deconstruction and reconstruction, I guess, you
Little
know?
bit, yeah.
So I feel like I think it's pretty much how I feel
Yeah.
about a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So it's nice. It's kind of like, well, all my opinions about religion are pretty much from God's perspective by Bo Burnham.
Oh, yeah. I grew up with a religious family too. I just abandoned it at a much younger age, so I didn't end up with all the
Trauma?
emotional trauma.
Well, you also didn't grow
baggage.
up in like as high control of a religious
No.
cult as I
No.
did.
Just had religious parents
Yeah.
who
Yeah.
I don't think my dad is anymore. But
No, he's not.
Oh, have you talked to him about that? You guys talk so much more than, because every
I
time he
know.
comes down here, I'm at work.
It's so funny because if me and your dad are just by ourselves, like we talk the entire time,
Yeah.
and then you show up and we're just like, why aren't you talking about you? But your dad and I can talk for hours.
Yeah.
So anyway, I like it. I think it's a good movie. I'm ready to stop writing so much.
Yeah, we'll
for
do
the
something a little
next
less
movie.
dialogue heavy. I don't want to overcorrect into action heavy.
Whose
Let's
turn
do
is who?
What?
Who did I pick? Ethan Suplee?
I don't know.
Oh, I don't remember whose turn it is to pick what.
It is. Well, now I got to look it up. Let's do a little bit of a Kevin Smith send off
Okay.
real quick while we look this up, because a lot of Kevin Smith movies we're never going to be able to get to on the show. So I think we should do like a little mini review here at the
Okay.
end of our old opinions on them.
Okay.
We might be able to get to Chasing Amy.
Yeah, we haven't done
We can probably get to Strikes Back.
right. Oh yeah, Strikes Back has Will Ferrell in it and a bunch of other.
I
people.
don't think we can get back in and out of Clerks 3 or reboot.
I mean, is Elias in anything?
No. So if you want to talk about Clerks 3
I don't really.
a little bit,
I mean,
talk about how much you fucking hate it.
I fucking hate Dante. I just hate Dante. That's it. And I think that Brian O'Halloran does a great job at making himself so unlikable. Because I'm
Yeah.
sure he's a lovely person. I
Yeah.
really think he's probably lovely. I just, no, not Dante.
He probably is.
He probably is very
He's
kind.
probably a lovely person. I don't hate that movie, but I see your point that they were making a Randall movie
And they didn't.
and he made it about him. If you haven't seen Clerks 3, I'm going to spoil it over here in the next skip
Scan
forward
like 30 seconds. Yeah.
Are you gone?
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Get out. Go away. Okay.
He
go on.
fucking makes it about himself by dying.
He does.
Yeah.
A movie
Which
that's
is-
supposed to be about Randall, it becomes about Dante and guilt trips Randall for wanting his own thing for once.
Yeah. And it's also already super fucking sad and hard to watch because of Rosario Dawson
Yep. All right.
and his daughter.
Yep. Anyway.
Okay. We're back.
Yeah, we're back.
We're not going to talk about that anymore. Sorry. We're probably never going to be able to talk about that movie. That's
No.
why I wanted to talk about it here. Reboot, I hate.
Yes, I hate Reboot.
Yeah.
Not a fan.
I don't love Harley Quinn's acting. Harley Quinn Smith's
Right.
acting. And Jason Mewes is far too much
Jason Mewes is
in that one.
I think that this is why I think I like Clerks and Clerks 1 because or Clerks and Clerks 2 because though there is more slapsticky adjacent stuff in Clerks 2,
Yeah.
there like Mallrats had way more of it.
Yeah.
This movie tended to have way more of it. Like there's more like
Yeah, but Mallrats has Jason Lee.
right, and I think Jason Lee did a great job, but
amazing.
I also think that like all of the Jay and Silent Bob stuff in Mallrats could easily be removed and it would be a better movie.
Yeah.
So,
Because it's all non sequitur the way it's presented.
Yes.
Anyway, you could probably, anybody out there could just literally just cut that stuff out.
yeah. I mean, some of it's funny,
Yeah.
but some of it's just like, why am I still watching you guys?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, sometimes I think that they're hilarious and sometimes I think that they're like a lot,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. I could see that.
So I think that Jay's best as like a pop in, like what did they say in Clerks? Like, pickle fucker. Pickle fucker gave us free food. Like that sort of a thing.
He's in
is
that
like,
scene for 10 seconds.
yes, that's the perfect amount,
Yeah.
you know, of of Jason Mewes.
Yeah. There's a scene in Clerks 3 where Randall and Dante are arguing outside the quick stop late at night. And Jay busts out the door and goes, "Shut the fuck up, it's nighttime."
That's great.
It's great.
That's the limit for
Yeah.
me. So I haven't seen Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back in a really long time.
I remember it being good, but I was into some cringy humor back then.
Yeah, I was like 16.
Yeah,
So
I loved me some Mega 64.
yeah, I used to watch
remember
it.
that?
No, I have no idea what that is.
Mega 64 is the guy that acted like the Resident Evil 4 merchant.
Oh my gosh,
What are
yes.
you buying?
Nothing. What are
Pizza
you
to take home
selling?
to the
Yeah,
kids.
pizza
What are
to-
you selling?
Nothing. I still love that. And I also like the one, doesn't he do the one where he's pretending to be Metal Gear and he's
Solid Snake.
yeah, and he's just which is crazy because now you couldn't do that because of all the like the killings that happen in public.
Oh, he's
where-
wearing tactical gear in public.
He's just being an idiot,
He's
just
not
running
even
around.
dressed like Solid Snake.
No, he's just walking around a grocery store being weird and
black.
running around when people see him.
Yeah.
It's hilarious, but you couldn't do that today. But I do think Kevin Smith is very talented. I really do. I do think sometimes that the weed humor gets a little much.
Yeah.
So, and that's where I don't find it funny.
Yeah, I can agree with that, actually.
So, I think that Clerks and Clerks 2 are still my favorites.
Okay.
I love Randall.
I think Dogma is better than Clerks 1.
Randall.
But I also said Mallrats is a better movie than Clerks 1, and I don't know if that's true.
I would say
I think it's funnier.
I would say my tier list goes Clerks 2, Clerks 1, Dogma, Mallrats.
I'm probably... I would change my opinion tomorrow, so I don't even know if
Yeah.
I should really list it.
Okay, well, go ahead, though.
Probably at the moment, Clerks 2, Dogma, Mallrats, Clerks 1.
Okay.
But Dogma would be one of my favorite movies of all time if it was Janine Garofalo.
That would have been such a different movie,
Or
though,
Alanis Morissette.
because Janine Garofalo. Look, I don't have a problem with really this actress. I don't think, but I think
God, I hate
Janine
her.
Garofalo's character would not have put up with any of the bullshit.
Well, that's kind of what they're trying to write Bethany as doing.
But she put up with bullshit constantly.
Yeah.
I think Janine Garofalo would have probably beat the shit out of Jay.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. She didn't beat the shit out of Patrick Warburton in Big Trouble for wanting to sleep with her.
That's a compliment.
Okay.
You don't think that Patrick Warburton wanting to fuck you is different than Jay?
One's a compliment and one's not. Yeah. This is like the HR
One
meme
is
all
you
over
moving,
again.
basically, and then he's just like,
Fuck
oh,
anything that moves.
exactly. And one's Patrick Warburton. So,
Yeah.
compliment. But,
Fair enough.
okay, so whose turn is it to pick actor?
I believe it's your turn to pick an actor.
Okay. Well, to hedge my bets that you're not going to pick another Kevin Smith movie.
I don't even. Yeah, you'd have to pick Ben Affleck for me to even be able to do that.
Not doing that. I am going to pick Alan Rickman.
Alan Rickman?
Yes.
Oh, Die Hard.
Die Hard.
Not even thinking about it.
Not even a Harry Potter.
Straight to Die
Not
Hard.
even Galaxy Quest. Wow. Okay.
Dude, Galaxy Quest is fucking awesome. I don't want to
Galaxy
listen to you shit on a Harry Potter movie for 2 hours.
Maybe we'll do that on our Patreon.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
It's all for 10 hours.
14.
But Die Hard's
probably.
fucking awesome. So,
Yeah. I haven't seen it in years.
you want to watch Die Hard?
It's not Christmas.
That's not a Christmas movie.
Christmas movie. I hate when people say that.
Jason says that.
I know Jason's like, it's my favorite Christmas movie. I'm like, cringe. Cringe lord right there.
Every time he says that, he has to defend himself.
I know, 'cause he's
But
like, I
nobody has
know.
even said anything. And he's like, I know. It's like,
Yeah. Well, I think it every time you say it, Jason.
Oh. Okay.
Well, because I think it used to be
It's
unique
fine.
to say that it
It's
was a
acceptable.
Christmas movie, but now it's like, stop it. What's your actual favorite Christmas movie?
Yeah.
Like, it's Muppets. And if it's not Muppets, you're wrong and you should rethink your life.
Well, Christmas Story, though.
Okay, I'll give you that. You can have, okay, the top three. You can have Muppets, Christmas Story, or Christmas Vacation as your top three. Like top one Christmas movie. And then if it's not one of those, what are you doing?
Not agreeing with Autumn.
But then again, I also don't want people to watch Muppets because leave it alone. Like, I don't want people like spamming Muppets.
There'd be a lot more T-shirts, though.
True. And you will not make me a Rockadoodle shirt, and I'm getting really upset at you.
I don't know how to make T-shirts. If I did, I'd be making shirts for this show.
Make me a t-shirt that says Rockadoodle.
I can't make
please.
shirts. Anybody out there wants to make her a shirt?
I just need one, and you can't find
Make
one.
a shirt that's just the VHS cover of Rock-a-Doodle.
That's what I want. It's all I want in life, and I don't ask for much.
Okay. Just like 3 Disney trips a year.
That I pay for, most of them.
Right.
You pay for
This
2
one.
out of 3, and I pay for 1 out of 3.
What does the word most mean to you?
I have to plan them. That's a lot. And convince you to go.
Must be exhausting. We're going to have something for when you're leaving in like a month. So we're going to have to do something else
What do you mean?
while you're gone.
Oh, yeah. We'll figure it out.
Figure out something.
We'll do something. Maybe we'll release one of the Patreons that's good.
Oh, yeah.
Not
Let
that
us know in
they're
the
all
comments.
great, but we'll figure out which one we want to release.
Yeah. Let us know in the
That'd be
comments
fun.
which Patreon movie you want. Maybe we'll just release that for that week.
How do they know which Patreon movie?
It's all Marvel.
Oh, can you look at Patreon without subscribing to it?
I don't know.
Oh,
Pretty
okay.
sure. Patreon.com/chainlinktheater. I think you
done-
can see what we've done.
We've done like the original X-Men. We've done all the Spider-Mans that are legacy Spider-Mans, not Tom Holland's.
Not yet. We've done
So-
Toby's and Andrew Garfield's. We've done Deadpool, Fantastic Four Stick, and the Wolverine movies.
And we've done
Like 20 movies, and we finished Avengers now too.
yeah. This week we're doing Iron Man 3. So let us
Iron
know
Man
if
3.
you want to hear one of those, and we'll release those while I'm gone.
Sure.
One of them.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's end this. That's a wrap for this week's episode. Thanks for joining us. If you like the show, leave a review, follow the chain, and join us next week as we link from Mallrats to Die Hard. Bye.
See ya.
Next week on Chain Link Theater.
Do you really think you have a chance against our sadistic cowboy? Yippee-ki-yay.
I got some bad news for you. From up here, that looks like you're in charge of Jack.
He's an easy guy to like
Come out to the coast, get together, have a few laughs.
and a hard man to kill.